The boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. The boys are back. What's up, JR? And what's up, chat? We are here for the set. I think it's the third stream I've done this week, but we're back again here for a Friday night. Herb Coswell requested it. Morally wanted it. You guys wanted it. You guys and gals, should I say. We are here for another stream. Me and JR are here. Jem is taking a nap because of all of her hard work with the most recent winner die, as all of you have been hype about. But JR, we're here to talk about Arya Stark.
Miss Arya Stark. Yes, we are indeed. Hey, everybody in the chats. How are we doing this evening? Thank you, as always, for joining us on our Friday night stream. Kind of a character breakdown, kind of talking about a team on GeekChat1 of no one. It's going to be a good night.
And the main question that we need to answer this evening, John Haymaker, is Gemma a vegan? Yes. Yes, she is. But we have some amazing people in chat. We'll do some shout-outs in just a little bit. We have had, I believe it was 5 donations so far. Maura Lee has already donated $100 this evening. She has a set of questions that we are going to answer to start off the stream because of her awesomeness. But what we're going to do is, everyone in chat, if we could, show a little love to Maura Lee in the chat, some heart and fire emojis. Then we got another donation from Katrine, and she sent us some Danish kronens, and she says, hashtag team no one. So the hype for the teams is coming right now. And then, Marvin, we're going to get to your question after. We're going to have a Q&A period. We'll save that. Thank you very much. So,
Absolutely.
JR, Arya Stark, where does she kind of rank in your top 5, top 10?
She's definitely in the top 5 for me. Just because her character arc is so amazing, and it's mostly from the book side of it. In my opinion, I think she's a little too OP in the show, and it kind of detracts a little bit from her character and everything that she endures on her journey coming back to, well, in the show, coming back to Winterfell, and in the journey of finding herself on the road with literally no one around her, no family to care for her. Her story arc is incredibly compelling, and it's very much an empowerment story arc.
It's crazy. Arya is Batman. We got a ton of questions, by the way. We got a few from Morally. We got a few from GeekChat1, a couple from Patreon. We're gonna get to those. Don't worry. We're gonna get to yours in chat too. Tonight's gonna be more Q&A style, I think. Like we said, character breakdown. It's gonna be kind of like the style that we're doing. Of course, we're having a couple of beverages. I'm not gonna go as hard as previous streams, but I do have myself in this amazing mug that Andy Burnett donated to the channel. As you can see, the House Stark sigil on there on this amazing Viking horn glass. I'm drinking ginger ale and whiskey. What are you drinking, JR?
Ginger ale, whiskeys. Well, since we're talking to Arya Stark today,
yeah,
and she likes crossing names off her list, I actually have a Dead Guy Ale, which is made in Oregon. So it's a home brew from my hometown. And yeah, it's a really tasty beer if you ever happen to find it in your local area.
Yeah, no, I used to work for a brewery in Ontario called Big Rig Brewery that was opened by one of the former Ottawa Senators, Chris Philp, first overall pick, and I believe it was 1998 or 1996. Amazing guy. I love myself some craft beers. We got another donation, Ashley Corona, who's a new member of GeekChat1, and this is her first ever live chat. I was chatting with her earlier. Another fellow Canadian. Thanks for being an absolute gem, Kyle. Thank you for being awesome. That goes to
welcome, Ashley, and welcome to the chat.
Yeah, and welcome anyone. I know there's been a few people who are saying like, "Hey, I'm finally getting to check out a live stream." Welcome if it's your first time. If you haven't commented in the live chat, feel free to do so. We're cool here. We love new people, so if you're just a lurker, feel free to come join the chat or just listen. And of course, thank you everyone for joining us tonight. So JR, yeah, man, Dead Man Ale, funny enough, Arya Stark, you know, she's an amazing character. Let's actually start off with one of the questions from Maura Lee. You want to start off with that, JR? We got a couple.
Yeah, we can.
I think this is a good one. This is a multiple prong question. If Arya survives, where will she go? So we'll kind of do book and show here. And work into Nymeria is a suggestion. Travel or see more of Westeros/Essos. What are your thoughts on Arya? What do you think? So?
What's east or what's west of Westeros? I think eventually she's gonna, and this is probably more book than show. I don't think she's gonna sit and it's not her to be a lady of a castle or anything else. And Gendry has a lot of rowing experience, so maybe we'll be able to have them go west of Westeros and figure out what's west of Westeros.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a significant amount of foreshadowing. In the very first episode, we get Robert, and very early on in Game of Thrones book as well, when Robert tells Ned, I have a son, you have a daughter, let's join our houses. And then the irony, obviously, is that Joffrey and Sansa end up together. But, I think the statement applies to Arya and Gendry because, Ned tells Arya, like, someday you'll be, a lady.
Yeah, it's funny. Well, and it's funny with George R.R. Martin too, right? He likes to troll. I mean, I don't know what else you would call that. He dangles what's obvious right in front of you. The joining of the houses is going to be Joffrey and Sansa, but obviously it's not, because they never have a child. They never have anything else. And I could see Arya actually taking part in that as long as it was on her terms.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of people think that, and thank you for the donation, Prince, that wasn't promised. Team Sansa is okay with Arya, part of the same pack, #TinyDancer. Yeah, I think that a lot of people think Sansa and Gendry would make a match. I don't think that Sansa is going to get married again.
And if she does, she'll just renew vows with Tyrion, and that would be about it. Except for maybe Sandor again, because everybody knows how much I love Sansa.
I don't think, I think that Sansa will end up kind of like Elizabeth, maybe if we're kind of referring to
history-wise. Yeah, oh, absolutely. She's very much reflective of that period of time in history and being married. Very astute observation.
Let's see what chat is saying about this. Arya has the hands of a blacksmith. What? So some people are saying, Arya and Gendry, they're shipping it. I'm not that optimistic, but do you think that that's a possibility for Arya? Because Maura also asked us if it's possible that Arya leaves Westeros. And we had the interesting interaction in the show, JR, where she goes like, that's not me with Nymeria. Nymeria has her own pack. I could see her returning to Bravos and inserting herself in like the Lady Crane role.
She could, and that would be interesting if she'd end up being one of Varys's birds. I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, it kind of would fit at that point. I mean, interesting. I don't know. I really think in the show, they're going to cheat Arya in the show is my fear. And they're going to have her and Gendry live happily ever after as fan service instead of sticking to what is actually her nature. That conversation on the stairs when she's training with Ned before he loses his head. But that's not me. Neither is her sitting in a castle. And I think that's what they're going to end up doing on the show, which would be most unfortunate.
I'm in disagreement there. I think that she's, I think history is going to repeat itself and she's going to be on a boat gone somewhere. I think she may leave Westeros, but also we could see the rebuilding of Winterfell. If we are going to get more of the sweet ending for the Starks, which is, I don't know, it seems more and more grim the more I talk about it, the more I'm like getting convinced that, these people aren't safe.
No, you're not paying attention.
If you think this has a happy ending, you haven't been paying attention. I do think that, we got to consider, though, that George R.R. Martin's wife's favorite character, Paris's favorite characters are Sansa and Arya. So
Paris has flat out said, if you kill Arya,
I'm divorcing.
I will kill you in your sleep.
Yeah, straight up. So, so that's kind of my thoughts on that. For that question, JR, I don't think Arya ends up with anyone. I think she's going to be free to choose whatever she wants.
I would agree that it'll ultimately be on her terms one way or the other. And that would kind of, in the show, that would pay a little bit more homage to the character of Arya Stark. And I could deal with that. but
Yeah.
I really want to see her going, and maybe Gendry going with her. I'd be way better with that.
So let's do some shout outs. We got a donation from Mama. Oh, Jesus, Murphy. Here we go. Well, I'm going to save these for a second. Mama Ogre. And who else just donated, JR? I'm trying.
Jacqueline Ziegler.
Jacqueline Ziegler. Let me copy and paste.
Did you get both of them? Okay.
Yeah, I got both of them. Let's do some shout outs before we get to the next set of questions from Morley. We got Mandolin in chat, Jacqueline Ziegler and Mama Ogre, of course, donating. Thank you so much. We got Marvin. We still have your question as well. I'm saving all of these. We have a bigger Q&A period after we get. So we're going to get to most of these questions after we get from our initial questions from Patreon and in GeekChat1. We also have Dwight Walker, Living My Rhapsody, the original David Adams, my first ever mod. What's going on, Dave? Leia of Alderaan. We have Phil H. He's got a fire emoji, a heart emoji, and a whiskey. He's blowing some cold air, I think, there, or wind blowing. We got Lizzie French. We got Dexter's mom, Blue Dragon, a random hero, California Treasures. We also have Lady Dreamfire, Carrie. We have Art Girl, Helen von Landstein, John Taylor, Lorinda. My goodness. Of course, Maura Lee. We have Katrine from earlier. HFW.
Stark.
Yep.
Random Hero, CC Stark, Meyer 27, Art Girl 26. Hello, how are you, hon? Ellie Hudson. Yep. Ellie Tracy Griffs, OTDA, Fake Aria. Mara Jade Skywalker. Hello.
Karen Richmond.
Outstanding. So yeah, a lot of people in the chat, a lot of mad chatters in there too. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Always glad to see the love out there.
Sarah Sean Great. Bueller, I want Aria to be happy and I'm okay with that too. Kate, what's going on? Of course, Ashley, who's joining us for her first stream.
And give some love to Ashley. She's new to both.
Yeah, and also a fellow Canadian, so that's cool. So let's get back to some questions. From Maura Lee, she's awesome. Like we said, she gave us a plethora, and we were like, well, you know what? Let's do more of a Q&A style.
Yep.
Maura Lee,
because we all know where Aria comes from now. It's going backwards. It's like when Marvel tells you a backstory of somebody that you don't need a backstory for anymore. Like, we don't need to rehash that. I know who he is. Or who she is.
Absolutely. We got Alicia Kingston. I saw her. She's going to be joining us on Wednesday for the Direwolf Beasts. I said beef.
Yes.
I'm hungry for beef. Okay, so here's another question. And this is kind of interesting. I think more is trying to relate this to my God's Eye video that I made. If Bran has to be physically sacrificed in order to defeat the Night King, will Arya be the one to do this with the Valyrian steel dagger that Bran gave her? JR was part of the process when I was bouncing off the end of my video. I was like, okay, like, what's going to happen? Like, if they get to the God's Eye, and Bran's certainly going to get there, I think that's going to happen. Do you think the Night King has to meet Bran or try to get Bran, and people are going to try to protect him? Now, the thing is we are both Harry Potter fans, JR, and the way the Night King at least grabbed Bran in the show, he's marked and they're bonded. Bran's kind of like a Horcrux, I think. And I think that they are connected symbiotically. And I think, unfortunately, unlike Harry Potter, I'm not going to spoil too much for you guys and gals for having seen the movies, I think Bran is going to have to die as well as the Night King. Because if the Night King is killed, we've seen warding, skin changing, green seer-like abilities. What's to stop him from just entering Bran's body? He's definitely more powerful than Bran right now, at least as we know. So what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, that dagger, that theory out was so much fun. Like, that was like literally 2 days straight for us of finding contextual evidence and coming up with other stuff to even craft that theory that it's going to be a simultaneously death because it can be no other way. And basically we went from, the Harry Potter standpoint that he is a Horcrux, but he actually has to die in the process too when he's warging the Night's King. So Jon will kill the Night's King and Arya is going to have to kill Bran. It's basically the crescendo of the entire Song of Ice and Fire.
The only way to stop the Night King is for someone to essentially become him. And it's interesting because the Night King is probably a Bran. I mean, I'm assuming he's a Stark. just based off what we've seen with the direwolf formation at the end when the wall was broken down. But certainly it's interesting, right? Like I'm hoping we get more backstory on it. Me and you are a little bit less optimistic because we think that some of that might happen in the prequel. I think they need to pay it off next season. I think they need to give that to us. But I'm really of the thought that Bran, you know, we have the dragons and all that. We have Jon and all that. They're going to need some help. And in that moment, I think that if Bran like gets to freeze the Night King, you know, how Hodor, I think there's a reason why the Hodor thing happened. You know what I mean? Like, why did George make this time loop, the Hodor thing happen? I think it's because Bran has to, while he's in the Weird, he's going to, I mean, all hope is going to be seemingly lost in this moment. And Bran is going to have to say, well, this is my night moment, you know, kind of like Jaime Lannister was willing to sacrifice himself to kill the Mad King, and he pushed him out the window. This is coming full circle with Bran having to do the same thing with the Ice King, essentially.
Right, and it seems like it's going to go that way. I think it's powerful enough that it makes sense for a George R.R. Martin book or novel or story to come around in that manner. So I really think it's plausible at this point.
You guys are crazy with the super chats, crazy generous. We're going to get to some of those. Like I said, don't worry. We're going to shout all of you out. What's interesting, though, I think about the whole scenario is that dagger was meant to kill Bran in the first season. Imagine that was only just delayed. You know what I mean? And he's actually going to be killed by that dagger, or he's destined to be killed by that dagger. That would certainly be super interesting, man. Jeez, like
it is, and that dagger getting passed around like a bottle of Crown. I mean, it's been in everybody's hands now, hasn't it?
So
and we still don't know where it originates from, which is even crazier.
So. Yeah, and there might be more like that. It could have belonged to the Aegon the Conqueror, the original Aegon the Conqueror.
It could be the Dark Sister, you know,
substitute,
substitute. Yeah. So I mean, just the dagger itself has an interesting lore behind it.
Anime lover, thank you. Always thought That's Not Me was an arranged marriage. Yeah, that totally. I think that Arya's, you know, going to do her own thing. And Marvin, we saw your question. We're just trying to make the conversation flow. So we will get to, we have all those questions saved in the sidebar. Okay, we have another one from Mora. So do we think Arya survives? I'm saying yes in both. What are your thoughts on that?
I say yes in both.
So we got that one, and then we have one more from Maura, and she says, I know in the books Maggie the Frog goes into the whole thing about the Valonqar prophecy. On this show, she doesn't. How do you and JR see Cersei being killed? And do you feel it will be Arya in faceless man mode, wearing someone else's face? If so, whose face? So, JR, I spoke about this last night, actually, on Robert's stream, talking about prophecy. And I said, if it's going to be Arya, I 100 in the show, 100% believe it's going to be the person that saw Jaime and Cersei in bed together and Sansa's first period, Sansa's period when she had her first period.
Yeah, the handmaiden, whatever you want to call it, because in the books, Cersei's actually sleeping with her as well.
And what's really interesting is that when we get the aftermath of the Frey pie deal, right? Before that, Arya listened in on a conversation between Jaime and Walder, and she saw what Jaime was obviously like ashamed to have to align there. Like understanding that Walder Frey is not a good person, like trying to gallivant about his,
his heroics.
Yeah, his heroics.
Yeah, exactly. Big air quotations on that. His heroics.
Heroics.
Yeah, not heroic at all. Unfortunately, at least Rhaegar had enough gall to stand on the battlefield himself.
Alicia King says she's going to wear anyone's face to kill Cersei. It has to be Jaime's.
I agree.
That would be really interesting.
That's mine. I think it's going to be Jaime. Show wise, I think it's important to do that. I think it's important for Jaime to die in Brienne's arms. I think it falls into Brienne writing in the White Book of Jaime's deeds, that he sacrificed himself to save Bran so that he could get to the God's Eye. That's my personal theory. And that's really show. That's show only, though.
I think here's what's going to happen. I think Clegane Bowl goes down. I think that Arya, Jaime, Brienne, Sandor, or a combination of those characters. Jaime's going to be there. It could be Arya and Sandor or Brienne and Sandor, whatever. I think that Arya is going to be going to King's Landing. I think that Jaime is. I think that King's Landing is going to be overrun by the White Walkers and the Whites. I think that's going to happen. I think that we could see a burn them all, like Jaime saying burn them all and lighting the rest of the wildfire. And in the House of the Undying vision and Bran's vision when he's getting taken in that storm after the whole door scene, he sees Jaime sitting on the throne and then the wildfire, which is actually a vision of the future JR, right? So Bran sees the Sept of Baelor being destroyed. I actually think that Jaime's going to sacrifice himself, coming full circle, doing the exact thing that he tried to prevent happen. So,
correct. And he's going to take as many whites as he can with him.
Yeah, something like that.
And I can totally see that happening too. It really, at this point, it depends on which way the writers went with it and got approved with. Because there's really a lot of answers for the butterfly effect they created. They can do a lot of different things because of the butterfly effect and still have it be okay, which makes guessing what's going to happen or predicting what's going to happen inherently difficult.
We have 2 new patrons who have signed up. Lily, who just signed up, I believe it was midstream. So Lily, thank you. And Jude, thank you so much for joining Patreon. JR, you're working on your Patreon. I know all of you want to support JR. And we want to get him monetized. We want to get him some money so he can start building his Geek Chat empire.
The Geek Chat empire, which is, consisting of us going to Dragon Con so we can cover all this epic content that's going to be there this year.
By the way, everyone, announcement, JR is going to be my Dragon Con partner this year. We're really excited about that. We actually know some things and can't tell you them.
Yes, we do.
But trust me, it is quite hype. And I think that all of you will be excited.
It is. It's really exciting. We're going to get some, both of us are going to get some great footage that not a lot of people would see otherwise. So there's some interesting things afoot and we can't wait for it. AK, thank you for dropping the link.
By the way, how many subscribers do you have on GeekChat1 right now?
On GeekChat1 on Facebook, the group?
YouTube.
YouTube, I think we're sitting at 335.
That's criminal, people. We have 120 people watching. If you aren't subscribed, link in the description of this video. Go subscribe. Go subscribe. All right. And JR, you're going to be doing a crazy giveaway. You're going to be giving away a pass VIP. So this is how generous JR is, by the way. You went and bought a pass when Jaime Lannister, Nikolai was announced for Crown of Thrones. Tell us a little bit about that.
Right. So the morning of the announcement, we got the press release email from Mischief Management, who runs Con of Thrones and also Broadway Con and Leaky Con, Aliens Con, and PodX. PodX is the new one that's coming. It'll be in Nashville this year for any podcasters that's
Aziz is going to be there. So that's going to be cool.
Yeah, Aziz is going to PodX. What was the question? I'm getting so hyped up like I forgot.
Jaime Lannister giveaway.
Jaime Lannister, that's right. Okay, so the Kingslayer pass, Kyle and I both got the email simultaneously, and I jumped on right away and with a business partner, and we got the pass and got it locked down and secured. So we have one pass for the Kingslayer pass to give away. And inside of that, it's going to include an autograph and picture with Nikolai Coster-Waldau, Mr. Jaime Lannister, front row seating for his private panel, and a Kingslayer shirt and Kingslayer pass pin, which are basically one time only.
Basically a Sunday get together with Nikolai.
Yeah, you're gonna have brunch with Nikolai, basically, right?
That's not gonna happen, but basically
not exactly, but he'll be there.
These passes are not cheap. Let's just say that. Okay. everyone.
Oh, and you're going to get one of the first GeekChat1 t-shirts, of course, to wear for it. So naturally, right?
So you have to go A, be part of GeekChat1 on Facebook, and B, go subscribe to GeekChat1 to be part of that. Like guys and gals, like amazing giveaway. Are you kidding me?
Right. And
I would sign up for it, but I have to disqualify myself, obviously.
Right. Your staff. Yeah, Helen was really not happy. Helen was really not happy with that assessment either. She's like, I don't want to be staff anymore. Yeah. Like, I understand, but your staff. Sorry.
Oh my God, Maura Lee she's MVP. JR, another 50.
Oh, Maura Lee, thank you so much.
For GeekChat1, that is going right in the GeekChat1 Con of Thrones fund. By the way, JR,
Dragon Con.
And Dragon Con, yeah, we'll put it towards those things. Don't worry.
Yeah, we have a lot of stuff.
Will he be nude? Says Karen Witchman. I can only hope. And more donations.
Nude? Well, maybe. Who? Nikolai? Oh, I don't know.
I am Lily. Thanks to the Sword in the Darkness. I am Lily. So Sword in the Darkness became a Patreon. Very awesome.
Very fantastic.
Carol Brown is also in the chat as well.
Miss Carol Brown, how you doing, hon? Yeah, so we're still working on Patreon and other stuff. And just so everybody knows, being a Patreon is not a requirement. This is meant for everybody because GeekChat1 is inherently inclusive to all fans and fandoms, as long as you're respectful and, can be polite to one another with some mild trolling. That's what we're about. So it was really my way to give back to everybody that supported us, not only Kyle, but Gemma and Robert and myself. History of Westeros, LML, Disputed Lands. I mean, I could go on and on and on the list of people that it's really an inner supportive community, and it's really amazing. And you don't see that in any other fandom, which is why I absolutely love a Game of Thrones and a Song of Ice and Fire fandom. So to me, it was my way to give back to everybody else. And yes, let's not kid ourselves, help myself get to where I need to be too for other things. It's an investment, right? I get that. But inherently, it was my ability to give back to y'all, and I really appreciate y'all.
So, link in the description of the video. We will shamelessly plug it throughout this live stream. GeekChat1, go subscribe. Let's get JR monetized. He needs to get to 1,000 subscribers, so everyone counts. Everyone in chat. It takes a second. Click on the link. Go subscribe. Back to the conversation. Maura Lee, we still have one more question from her. Then we have a couple more questions, and then we're getting to the super chats. You guys are crazy today, by the way.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull all the questions over as fast as they're coming in. Like we have a.
Actually, I think we got we
got all of them.
We got all Maura's, but thank you, Maura. We appreciate that. After we get to the other questions, if you have a question more later towards the end of the stream, let us know. Hey, Kyle, Nyanor on YouTube. I believe she's in the chat as well. Question for today's stream. Since Arya is always compared to Lyanna Stark, can it be foreshadowing for her changing her mind about becoming a lady and getting married? Like her conversation with Gendry, I could be your family. No, you would be milady. We kind of spoke about this more recently a few minutes ago. I think no.
I think possible.
but the connection between Aria and Lyanna is spot on, right? They're described as looking similar physically, and their disposition is very similar there. Defiant, not as feminine as required as ladies should be within Westeros.
Which, let's face it, which is why we love her. She's really kind of the modern embodiment of a woman. To me, it goes back, like the reason I right off the bat loved Aria is because one of my favorite quotes out of literature is actually one by Robert Heinlein, where he talks about, everybody in modern society. And I believe he did say specifically every man, but really he was talking as mankind in the whole spectrum is that, you should be able to con a ship, birth a baby, treat a wound, program a computer, do basically all of these things, butcher game. You should be able to do all of these things in life because specialization is for insects. And I love that quote. I love it. I think it's absolutely true. And Arya is so much of that. She embodies all of that. She can do it on her own. Doesn't mean she doesn't want somebody with her, but she's capable of doing it on her own.
But the thing is I'm seeing people point this out in chat. Expect the unexpected with George. Okay.
Absolutely.
Things are going to be turned on their heads. So she could do her part. Perhaps if I don't think John would ask her to do something that wouldn't make her happy anyways. Like say if Jon survives or something like that and he's in power, hypothetically, I don't think that would be a thing. So thanks for the question. We appreciate that very much. Let's get to some other ones. We have Andy Burnett, who donated this. Ooh, look at beautiful.
Visenya mug.
Oh, Norse tradesman. You can find it on Amazon. They're awesome. Kyle Foster and JR Rally. What do you make of Arya's inability to make a decision and stick to it? Wants to join the Faceless Men, then leaves. Wants to kill Cersei, then turns towards Winterfell. Is something that might lead to her death. What do you think about that?
I like where your head's at. I think it's a great observation. But it's also her still struggling with herself between what she has become and who she is. And she's in a constant state of flux as the yin and yang of both those. She's trying to embody both of them, and it's quite complicated to do so.
Yeah, I mean, isn't that what everyone's really trying to do? Trying to, A, survive in this incredibly dangerous place, and B, trying to, I mean, knowing most of the characters that we have POVs from, if we search a commonality between them, it's just that they often aren't in the position that they want or aren't doing the thing that makes them happy in life. Right, so they have to make these incredibly difficult decisions.
Absolutely, and when I think about the dichotomy of people between who they are and what they are, like we're talking about with Arya, I always go back and think about the Native American parable of which wolf to feed. You know, the one wolf that's hate and anger and vengeance, and then the one that is hope and peace and love. And the grandchild asks his grandfather, "Well, which one wins? The one you feed." So it's that constant trying to balance of the wolves, and there's more wolves in life than just two. I wish it was that black and white, right? It's not. It gets much more complicated, as we all know, as we're living life in our own journeys and our own paths ourselves, right?
You're telling me, bro. I've got the hungry wolf in my stomach. I've got the freezing wolf, which is me. I've got the fiery wolf who wants to create content. Then I got the depression wolf in my brain, the seasonal affective disorder wolf who's telling me, no, don't get
and then you're drinking from the wolf mug.
It's fantastic.
And actually, Robbie Neeson asked a question earlier, which I thought was really great, and this is a good segue into it. Any Norse comparisons to Aria? Maybe Valkyrie?
Interesting, man. Do you think that Valkyrie is a good one?
I think Valkyrie is an okay comparison. I think there's one more that's a little bit more.
Well, here's the thing. Fenrir is the main wolf in the story of Ragnarok, right?
Yes.
And that's more representative of Bran because Bran is chained. He's a cripple, and his third eye gets awakened, and he's kind of the one that. I mean, we obviously see him passing through the wall and the Night King's coming for Bran and Westeros. So he's part of that. So I don't necessarily, I'm trying to think on this one. I'm going to have to dig a little bit deeper.
Yeah. And, you know, we're going to go back to Ragnarok and back to Norse mythology. And that's going to be a series that you're going to be running on your channel, isn't it, Kyle?
Yeah.
In a big way.
Yeah, I haven't done as many Norse mythology videos. Me and Helen have actually been working on the Lord of the Rings one. She just sent me a bunch of all her research today. It was awesome. Rick, what's going on? Yeah, but I think that Arya, goddess of death, right? I mean, Hel would be someone that I guess we could kind of connect Arya to in Norse mythology, but I think that's more Melisandre. Right. But if you want to actually go check out a great video and breakdown of who Arya is comparable to in Norse mythology, go check out Gemma's channel. Yeah, she has one on Arya Stark in Hell. So me and Gemma have spoke about Ragnarok. We had a panel at Con of Thrones last year. I think I'm going to submit it for a second time because I think that we can do an even better job than we did last year. It was just me and Gemma.
And last year's panel was amazing because I sat that panel last year, and it was a great panel.
LML joined us halfway through and came and jumped on the panel with us, which was pretty sweet. But that would be my recommendation, or my comparison. Arya and Hel, the goddess of the underworld, and because she has to deal with the dead, and Arya is giving the gift of death, and there's some really interesting similarities there.
Yeah, there's a lot of parables. Listen to me, parallels between the two.
So we have one question from GeekChat1 from Sierra Sistar.
Who is one of the team captains.
And so this is in relation to what we spoke about earlier. Though it's known that Aria is Miss George R. R. Martin's Paris's favorite character, you think D&D will honor said lady's request that no one be killed? I don't think it's up to D. It kind of is. Kind of.
Yeah. I don't know. With some of the things that they've done, like their polar bear zombie, if they did it, at least George gets to go, it wasn't me, right? He gets an out.
A lot of people have been saying that Jaqen and the Faceless Men are going to come for Arya. Here's the thing. I don't think the Faceless Men are necessarily aligned with what the Night King is doing. The Faceless Men believe in the gift of death in finality. The Night King is mocking that gift, essentially. Right, he's raising them.
And I don't think the Faceless.
I mean, they can't make money. They can't be employed if the whole world is enslaved and dead as corpses. I mean,
right, and neither can the Iron Bank, right? Exactly. They can't collect. The Iron Bank can't collect its due if everybody's dead. It doesn't work. So it would be in Bravos's pretty much all around best interest to aid Arya and let her get away with what she's getting away with by turning her back on the Order.
By the way, JR, we had plus 100 subscribers. People are listening from chat, which is awesome. You're now at 355. I'm checking, which is awesome.
Oh, wow. Thank you all. I appreciate it so much.
Now, if you could do the same thing to the like button, everyone, I would really appreciate that.
Right? You keep bumping this up, too.
So we have what? We have 63 likes. We have let's get that. Let's smash the like button.
Yeah, I think all of the team captains are actually in the chat right now.
Are they?
Yeah, I think almost all of them are. That's awesome. Yeah, so that game's fixing to get interesting, y'all. Y'all think you're nice and safe and sorted in your houses. Did you really think it would be that easy? Come on. We're better than that.
This bottle of whiskey over our past 3 drinking streams is now finished.
Oh, God.
Yeah, no, there was only a little bit in there. I'm taking it easier tonight. Yeah, see, now everybody's competing in chat. We got 76 likes. Come on, everyone. We can get more hype. Like I said, next week, we have Alicia Kingston joining us on Gemma's channel. We're going to do streams on Gemma's channels on Wednesdays and mine on Fridays. We're just going to keep it easy. And then next Friday, I'm not sure. I think Indeed Geek might be coming on. I have to check with him. But it's going to be something like that. I can't, really, our stream schedule could change next week if the Super Bowl has a trailer. Obviously, we talked about.
Right. Yeah. There might be an emergency broadcast Sunday evening or Monday.
That'd be tight.
Yeah. I mean, it really could happen depending because it might not just be Game of Thrones that we're talking about because inevitably we're getting Marvel. We might get Star Wars Episode 9.
Oh, that's definitely happening because we should have had a Star Wars one before the end of the year.
Yep, absolutely. And they've pushed back a little bit. I think they bought up all that real estate on Super Bowl Sunday just for all the announcements.
I mean, Disney has that money. They making it rain. JR, we have a shitload of super chat questions here.
Yes, we do.
I'm counting like 7 in the side that we haven't got to. And
in the sidebar.
So thank you, Maura, by the way. Thank you, Katrin, and everybody else has been donating. We're now going to get to super chat. I'm looking at our sidebar. There's like insane amount of questions. Okay. Marvin Martin, you were the first one in line. If magic dies, will the wolves and the dragons still be loyal to their humans, or will their love disappear and Nymeria and Arya be no more? Very interesting, JR. We're going to talk about this more in depth on Wednesday.
When we get into the mythological animals and creatures and what we know and what we think we know.
I'm going to say, I personally believe that I think there will be a little bit of magic, like ambiguity that Bran maybe is still alive in the Weird Net or something like that. I don't think there's going to be any more dragons or direwolves. I could be wrong. Maybe Nymeria is kind of the outlier in that scenario, or ghost, but I think all the wolves are toast. So that's just my opinion, though.
Yeah, I'm with you on it. Actually, I mean, it makes absolute sense.
Yeah, Marvin. I'm sorry, my friend. I don't think that. Yeah, I think that's going to be one of the bittersweet parts of humanity is all that's left, and because of humanity's wars, essentially, most other things die out. Mama Ogre, thanks for being my surround sound as I read a question. On the scale of 1 to 10, how chaotic will her meeting be with Jon and Gendry if it happens on screen? It's definitely going to happen.
Oh, it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to be chaotic at all. I think it's going to be one of the more heartfelt moments of that episode, because it's going to happen in episode 1. Ultimately, the only people that I think are going to get to Winterfell in episode 2 are going to be Bronn and Jaime. Those are the only ones that I'm saying are going to be there at the beginning of episode 2.
I think that Tyrion will be there episode 1, but I don't think.
I agree.
Jaime might not be there right away.
No, I think he'll be delayed by an episode, but they'll have to get down to business. So they're not going to gloss over what his and Bran's reunion. That's gonna take place because a lot of people want to see that. I think personally that Bran's going to go, hey, I am what I am because of him, and without him, we would have none of this information. So get off him. He's here to fight.
What's really interesting is that we're going to have the first episode, and I think that's going to be all of these reunions / Jon's parentage reveal. Maybe they save that for episode 2. That's possible. But at the end of episode 2, we got to go to episode 3, and the White Walkers are going to be at Winterfell.
Yeah, and Nutter's going to T-ball set up Sapochnik for episode 3. So it's going to be really good, concise writing in episode 1 and 2 going to the battle.
Whew. Oh my, and I can't wait for that. And that's on your birthday.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. I get the Battle of Winterfell on my birthday this year. Stoked.
You rat bastard. Wow. That's
right.
It's okay. Con of Thrones is exactly a week after my birthday.
Exactly. I was going to say it was pretty much last year too. No, it was a couple of weeks off.
That was Gemma's birthday.
Yeah, it was Gemma's birthday. Dude, how many times did we sing happy birthday that weekend? Because it wasn't just Gemma. It was Gemma. Who else had her birthday?
Dust on the Throne.
Yeah, Dust. Yeah, James. No, James.
Yep.
Yeah, James for Dust on the Throne.
Was it Angie's birthday? Maybe.
I think so.
Oh man, there was a bunch. There's a lot.
And then one of the actors' birthdays was right during Con of Thrones too, because we sang to him on a panel. Anyway, yeah, Con of Thrones is crazy. If you haven't gotten your tickets and you think you want to go get your tickets and go. And don't forget to put hype in the discount code.
Azor, A-Z-O-R.
Azor, that's right. Azor, I'm sorry. Get
$5
Azor,
off.
$5 off your purchase.
I believe if we get 20 or 25 of them, I get to give away 2 day passes for Con of Thrones. So,
which is awesome.
Which could be Sunday when Nikolai's going to be there. So, but I might have a little something planned for a giveaway or something like that.
We might have something planned.
We love y'all. Jeez, look at chat. Nicola says, will Gendry be legitimized? Not quite an Arya question, but I think I'm going to say
they're closely associated enough that I'll let it go. Yeah, they're kind of together-ish.
Yeah, I think Gendry will be legitimized.
I think so too.
Flush Weasel, $2 donation. Thank you. Is $2 enough to finish everything out? I friggin' hope so. I'm going to say yeah, but I don't know.
And I think the answer is yes, too. It should be. It should be enough to flush it out. How long have we been waiting since a dance?
I'll tell you what. George knows the sense of urgency of him getting to the end of the story. He's already had issues with certain plot points like the Myronese knot and other things. I don't think another book necessarily helps out. The books are great. I just think Winds of Winter is going to be another Storm of Swords, and then we're going to have the Dream of Spring, and that's going to be absolutely nutty. So I think too. That's I think that's good. Prince that wasn't promised. We've been counted. Been counted down and beaten up since it began. She did not fall. She advanced. She learned to play the game, fought to survive. Now the North remembers, and we won't forget. Hashtag Team Sansa Stark. So some more banter for win or die.
Yeah, a lot of banter for win or die here.
Holy jeez. We got Rick.
Mr. Rick.
Mr. Rick, did you get those questions? Or those?
Yeah, I pulled them.
So, by the way, everyone, a big thank you to Rick. He's who I stayed with in California, of course. Sent me an amazing Ethiopian Yirgacheffe coffee that I've been drinking. It's been keeping me alive during these cold days. JR, how about you read up the first one? You give your hot take.
Absolutely. Does Aria live or die? Since Aria is George's wife's favorite character, what George has to do is ask himself, how long am I willing to sleep on the couch? Yeah, I think if he wanted it to happen, he can let D&D do it, and he gets off the hook. It's a nice little loophole, so Paris won't, murder him in his sleep. I think that might be the only way, but I don't think in the book she'll die. I think she'll live in the books. In the show, question mark.
And Rick, I think you posted this as the same question twice. If you want a refund, my man, just let me know. I don't think he meant to put it twice, but we will accept and I will buy you a drink or something or a return. The other 20 if you want, my man. Or you give us another question or sponsor someone else's question. I think Rick pressed the button twice. He was pretty excited.
As we all are. We got Season 8, the Year of the Geek 2019. We got Dragon Con. We got all sorts of stuff going on. It's a great time to be alive, isn't it?
By the way, old dog learning some new tricks this weekend. Learning to implement something new for live streams that I've talked about previously.
Ah, yes.
The soundboard.
It's coming.
So it's coming, and me and JR are talking about it. I'm trying to think of
program
10 sound bites. Should I have a drum roll? Should I have applause? Should I have quotes from the show like, oh my, or I'm going to eat every fucking chicken? I have to really think of 10 things that I want to program into this soundboard that I can do at the push of a button that could enhance the live stream. So just saying, it's coming. Ryan Beagles. I believe,
yeah.
Is it your first time or have I seen you before? Welcome to the chat either way. Living is the perfect ending to Arya's death arc. Yeah,
I agree with that. I think it's kind of a beautiful conclusion. Every fucking check-in.
Yeah, we're kind of open right now. I mean, I think we got to all the super chats and I mean, I know y'all have some questions. I mean, JR, we've not even been going for an hour yet. We got some time to go though.
Oh yeah, we got nothing but time, man. I always block off at least 2 hours for a live stream with you and everybody on Friday nights. Like it's kind of a thing.
Did Rick post another question?
I haven't seen one. So I'm just going to give a shout out to my team, Sir Friend Zone, that we're also, I see a bunch of them in here, and that my team captain is in here as well. Because don't think I'm special enough to be a captain, right? It went to somebody else.
Do you guys know what team I got, by the way? Rigged. I got Team Daenerys, okay?
That is so not rigged. So not rigged. If it was rigged, there would have been other names on other teams as well. So let's just leave it there.
I've made several prediction videos saying that Daenerys is going to either be Nissa, going to die in childbirth. She's going to just die, period. Like, I now I have to create some videos where like she lives or some shit to like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you've been trying to kill Dany forever.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of funny. Rick, thank you very much. If you have another question, go ahead and drop it in the stream. We'll pick it up.
So the double donation was an error. So give JR the other 20. Will do, my friend. Will do. Team Kyle Lisi. No, we're Team Fire and Blood. We're Fire and Blood.
Yes.
If it was rigged, I would have got Team Sandor. Actually, it's rigged in the opposite direction, Ellie.
It's not rigged at all. We did a live drawing. Come on. Wow. All those names were in the same box, the magic sorting box that put us into the teams. Do you think I really wanted to be on Team Jorah? No, but I'm making the most out of it, damn it.
Marvin Martin, I believe Okay, you're referencing this. Azor, you said humanity survives and the wheel is broken. Is Germ, George R. R. Martin, a human supremacist, and we will have the Westeros socialism? Yes, that is a joke. I mean, I think he wants to break the hereditary monarchy somewhat, although I think that Jon may survive. There will be a possibility of him creating some sort of council, Arthurian-esque council, maybe some sort of the Iron Table. I don't know if they want to go with iron again, because we know that iron is used for weapons in this period of time and whatnot. But you know, George is trying to make a point, you know, that people need to be smarter and not kill each other so much. Because essentially, if we think about it, the first wheel started with the children of the forest basically
teaming up with the first men.
And what happened was their sacred trees, which essentially is like their version of the afterlife, right? I mean, their tree, like a data bank. Like JR, let's say I died, right? Hypothetically, not.
Don't worry. I would completely clear your internet search history.
Yeah, thank you. But wouldn't you want and then someone like erased all of the memories you had of me? Like let's say there was like some hard drive and we had like all our memories of like partying together, shit, and someone erased that. Would you be pissed off? I mean, I certainly would. I certainly would if it happened like to you or not. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's essentially what happened.
Yeah, and so I'll put a personal note in this. Like, nothing to me more scares me to death than that. Like, to me, that is a fate worse than death, because ultimately all we are is a collection of our memories, right? And I was fortunate enough to be stationed in Portland when my grandfather was fading away, and got to be there when he passed away. And I got to spend a fair amount of time with him. I go on my lunch, go up and hang out with him, and I was still in the Marine Corps, so it just happened to work out that way, and I got to spend time with him, you know, pretty much daily. And I watched him deteriorate and lose his memories to the point where he thought I was one of my cousins, didn't understand what was going on. And it's inherently hard to watch, but nothing in life scares me to death more than that.
Yeah, man. It wasn't cancer, it was just old age, JR?
No, it was start of early onset dementia, and then mixed in with Alzheimer's at the end.
We have my uncle has that, and his mother had that. So F that. Also, fuck cancer, hashtag that.
Yeah, fuck cancer.
So much with that. But anyways.
On a positive note.
At Shannon, Rick Hobby says, answer Shannon's question, please. Jordan had his chance to die in the show and Sam cured him. Will D&D kill him after saving him? Well, here's the thing. Him giving that sword, saying keep the sword to Jon, to me signifies that he's either going to, I think he's actually going to die protecting Jon. Personally. He's going to be like disarmed. Jorah? Yeah, I think he's going to be disarmed. Like Jon will be disarmed with that sword somehow or something, and then Jorah's going to die. It'll be something ironic like that.
I don't know how I feel about that. I think
Jorah's going to die 100%.
Okay, so I've told all my teammates this, so I'll give my percentages. I think it's 50% chance likely that he's going to die. I think it's also a 25% chance that he dies doing something big, like either saving Daenerys or saving Lyanna Mormont so that she lives. The other 25% is that he becomes the 1000th Lord Commander of the Night's Watch like his father wanted. Those are the only three possibilities, and only one of those does he live for me. That's just my thought.
By the way, we are 11 likes from 100. So if you're enjoying this, please hit the like button. We also have Kenny Cross, who is Axe Chucker from Watchers on the Wall in the comment section. So check him out. Say hello.
Hello.
And give him some hype and love. We got, damn, you guys are, oh my God, the donation train this evening. Okay, it's
insane.
You want to read the first one, JR? Well,
yeah, absolutely can. Donna Daly. As Arya's direwolf is Nymeria, and Nymeria was a wandering warrior queen. Is this foreshadowing for Arya's journey? Will she become a queen?
Very interesting. Me and Robert, someone brought that up last night, was an awesome question. And I think we've discussed this before. The parallels between both characters, and obviously Arya selling off the Bravos and having her own adventure and doing that. Definitely the similarities are there. Like I actually think that Arya is going to end up in Bravos, and she's going to have her own pack, a pack of actors, and she'll still be Arya Stark, but she'll be, you know, like her, like we're like wearing her own face again, like creating her own face. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she's Nymeria, she's Visenya, she's, I mean, she is an amalgamation of other characters that we know inside of A Song of Ice and Fire. And I don't know if she actually has a real true historical comparison, because I can't think of one off the top of my head, which is odd for me. But I'd actually have to do some digging and research to see who I think she would most fit.
Visenya would be, I mean, Visenya was into like poisons and dark arts and stuff like that.
Right.
What weapon did she have, JR?
Dark Sister.
And we could argue maybe that Arya is
the cat's paw. The Dark Sister, and she is
Arya's Jon's dark sister, you know.
Right. I mean, right. And I understand why people go with this shipping. Jon Saria, whatever the fuck it's called. I don't even want to know. I understand why, but
people hate Johnson enough. Hashtag Johnson, but
yeah, we don't need to throw Arya in this mix as well.
That's next level, man. Like
it is.
Yeah, I hope that helps with what. Thank you so much.
Stark, another one of the team captains. It was rigged. Tiny Varys was still inside the box. Okay. And talk about a payoff that I'm still mad that we're not going to get in the show. I am so beyond pissed about that. We will never know what happened to the damn wizard in the box, and for that, I will be ever furious. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to get the ending that we want with Varys in the show. Karen Richmond, $20 donation. Karen Richmond, I want to see Arya give dancing lessons to Sandor, Brienne, Tormund, and Jaime, maybe Sansa too. Look, I mean, Karen, a specific type of dance? Salsa?
I think she means water dancing, Kyle.
Oh, so are you, Karen? Are you saying that you want to see them train before they fight the White Walkers? Because that would be kind of cool.
Yeah, can we get an '80s, training montage, Rocky style?
Celebrate good times, come on!
It would be great.
It's a celebration. Don't get me hyped up, everyone. Y'all know I love to sing and I love to dance. What was we had another super chat donation.
We did from
Anime Lover
Nicole, who is another team captain for Win or Die. This is fantastic. Like I told you, all the captains were in here.
Karen Richmond says yes. Okay, so we are on the right path. JR, Anime Lover's question. What did she say?
Will we see Nymeria? And question for Wednesday: will a dragon kill Fagon or Fagon fly? Hashtag Team Sansa.
I think Fagon is getting roasted. I said this on Robert's stream last night. I think that when Daenerys finds out that he's a Blackfire and finds out and someone's going to find out that there's that whole plot is going to unravel. And I think that maybe Varys could throw Illyrio under the bus and then align himself with Daenerys or something like something along those lines can happen once they see the Dany's how big Dany's dragons are, and after Dany gets her army / fleet situation resolved. If that happens, which I think will, I think Victarion will end up being in Asha and I always get them mixed up now. It pisses me off. Asha in Theon's position, Victarion will be the one to get Daenerys over there. But yeah, I think that Fagon's like a lot of people think he's going to sit the Iron Throne. I'm not necessarily of that belief. I mean, look at what happened
in the books. In the books, absolutely going to happen.
You think that Fagon's going to sit the throne? I mean, he didn't.
I think that's who Dany's going to have to oust out of King's Landing. It's not going to be Cersei. Cersei's going to be dead, like long dead by that time.
I don't know about that, man. I kind of disagree with that.
Come on now.
I think that George actually made a mistake.
Stop it now.
I actually think that Georgia made a mistake with the inserting the Aegon character that late. Personally, that's just my opinion. I mean,
well, that's like your opinion, man.
Not that I don't dislike the Tyrion chapters and whatnot when they are going, when they are doing playing Syvass, talking with the Shrouded Lord and all that. I love that, but I mean, I don't know, man. I just think he's doomed. He's dying in the Winds of Winter. Vagon's dying in the Winds of Winter.
You think okay? So you think Vagon's dying in Winds of Winter? I actually don't think he'll die until a dream.
I think he's dead in the Winds of Winter. Like
I don't think so. I think John Congdon is going to set shit straight from the roost and gather up a small force enough to defend King's Landing, but that's about it. And it's not going to be able to withstand the combined armies of the North. I don't think it'll happen.
I think that Cersei may burn Vagon alive if Daenerys doesn't. So I think that Vagon. I think that Vagon is going to get burned. Probably this is Quentin 2.0 probably. Yeah. Let's see what else people have to say in chat. And I believe that Aegon or Vagon, if we look at War of the Roses, he's that illegitimate duke that was tried to be propped up. I can't remember the duke's name, but he's so relatable to that character. Someone in chat might know. That duke that tried to get propped up, but he was actually illegitimate, and they tried to usurp the throne. I can't remember what his name
I think he was an archduke too, and he was. Hang on, it was. I can't remember. Damn it, my memory is escaping me tonight. But Joan of Arc was thrown out for Arya's historical comparison. Yes, I can see that, but that's really more of a Yorsha, whatever you want to call her, Yara or Osha. Figure in A Song of Ice and Fire. In my opinion, she is more of a Joan of Arc character than Arya is, because Joan of Arc did what she did for history's sake, for a lot, and for herself, and she kind of took what was hers, but not given by any means. She paid the iron price for it, and then paid the iron price for her own beliefs later again. So I think that's kind of the Yara story.
I actually think that Joan of Arc is a lot like Brienne of Tarth because of the patriarchy. We're looking at her looks as opposed to her what she's actually accomplished. I think that Joan of Arc and Brienne are pretty similar.
Or another fairly similar one. Yes.
Yeah.
El Cid. Yes. Peg Leg Pete. How are you doing, sir?
We got some more people in the chat. Megan V. AU Pack Mule, Mr. Mobius. We have Betha of House Blackwood, the Duke of Burgundy. Ah, yes. Thank you, Thread Raven. I knew someone in the chat would.
Is that the Duke of Ron Burgundy? I didn't know that was a thing. I love Scotch.
1001. Hello, Veronica Corningstone. Oh no, Bronco. Unique New York. You guys don't. You know how many times I've seen Anchorman, JR?
I'm guessing more than once.
Oh my God. I've seen it at least 20 times. Back the Baxter scene, my absolute fave. Any other Anchorman fans in chat, let us know.
Well, somebody, I think it was Fake Aria, totally got my dude references earlier, so that was great.
Scotchy Scotch. I love Scotch. Marvin Martin. Speaking of the Children of the Forest, thank you for the $20 donation. Brand says that they're sad where men would fight. Could lack of aggression and acceptance of fate be a clue on how they got whipped? Could be being so magical have evolved to be physically less acute in war. I mean, the one thing that was pointed out about that I think is really significant is they didn't have the armor/weapons. I believe it was bronze at that period.
It's Bronze Age weaponry.
Yeah, Bronze Age weaponry. So and their stature, like men were just like, it would be like me fighting Rory McCann in real life in a bar fight. Like, who do you think is gonna win? I might get lucky if he trips and falls or some shit, but let's be honest, that's probably the only way I was gonna win if I like throw water in his face or something like that. You know what I mean? And I kicked him in the nuts. I'm not saying that would ever happen. I'm just saying hypothetically, Children of the Forest had to do these other things to just survive, right?
Yeah, no, they absolutely did. And they did what they thought must at the time when they needed to, but it grew beyond its control. And did Sheer Sea Star go back to Horror Island? I don't know who that's directed at, but I am definitely of Team Ocelot.
The Flash Weasel with the donation. Thank you. And thank you for that question, Marvin. Thank you for your generosity dropping those donations. The Falcons blew a 28-3 lead in the Super Bowl. I'll tell you what, I watched that Super Bowl in person, and that was the worst. They had that. They lost that game. Okay. They had that game. They lost the game.
They lost it. Yeah. Which is
different than the Patriots winning the game. Because
correct.
The Falcons, they could have put like 40 on the Patriots. They didn't score again. That's insane. Okay. I don't want to hear, I'm not even watching the Super Bowl on Sunday because I am so sick of seeing the New England Patriots. I'm a Philadelphia Eagles fan, so I watched it last year, but I don't even want to watch it because the Patriots are going to win. Okay. I'm so sick of it.
See, don't even get me started on the NFL. Like I haven't watched it for years, but one of my teams, my first team is the Seattle Seahawks. My second team is the Patriots. It's a whole different story. But I am so willing to do a stream in the middle of the Super Bowl if we get all the videos that we want, all the previews. I'm totally in.
If the trailer drops during the Super Bowl, we'll
do it then. Yeah, we'll pop a live stream right then.
We'll make snacks and we'll snack during the stream instead.
Dude, I'm totally down. It doesn't bother me in the least.
Yeah, man. Like the only people that are cheering for and you know what, Kate? Like the officiating, I'm gonna stop.
Was garbage.
Garbage.
Let's not even start. The NFL is so garbage right now. It's not even funny.
Not even like
it's not. We're here to talk about A Song of Ice and Fire and happy things, Kyle.
Yes,
like murder and death and dragons burning people alive. Happy things.
I get it, John Taylor. You were born in Massachusetts and New England. That's cool. You're a Pats fan. I respect that. Back to A Song of Ice and Fire, Game of Thrones content.
Super stream. LMR, you're a genius. Are you coming on with us now?
We need to have the trailer. We need to have the confirmed trailer go down, though.
We'll get the Marvel one. We know we're getting Star Wars. It's enough to do a stream. It's not exactly our normal gig. We can do it on GeekChat1 if you want. I don't care.
What's really funny, JR, is that there was a Ron Burgundy mention. I literally had ribs right before the stream. I had ribs.
Of course you did. And so I was also somebody pointed that out. Ribs is like, sure, Sea Star. So yes, I know it's Ron Burgundy, but it's also Archer. The Horror Island Ocelots, which is where I was going with that one for anybody that watches Archer.
You have an absolutely breathtaking honey. I want to be on you. Anyways, enough about that. Let's get back to some questions. It's what? 7:30?
I got time.
We got
some time. You got time? I got time.
We will go until 8 p.m. How about that?
And then we're good.
We got another half an hour for y'all. We got 100.
This is now overtime.
That's why I wished I had the soundboard. We could have had a sound effect there.
Something like now we're going into overtime.
Yeah.
Or sudden death. I don't know. Finish him.
Something like that, or like something fun. But the soundboard is coming. It is coming, everyone. All right, Blue Dragon.
You already have it, right? Yeah,
I got to program.
You got to program it and do everything. That's what I thought. I thought you got it in. That's why I was wondering. Okay.
I think the next Star Wars movie will be very good. Let's go. Blue Dragon.
Yeah.
Will Aria live up to a ripe old age if she survives?
I think yes. I think, yeah.
Sasek is going live on Citadel of Trivia. Yeah, we could send everybody over to Citadel of Trivia.
Yeah, I'll probably end up jumping over there for a while too. I got some other stuff that I got to finish up, like explaining the rest of the rules to Win or Die that nobody knows what it is yet.
Carrie says, I don't think it will end with the union of a Lannister Stark or York and Lancaster. Like the War of the Roses, it wouldn't take much creativity for that. I expect better of George. Yeah, I mean, how many different influences does George taken from? We have Lovecraft.
Oh,
we have Lovecraftian influence. We have
basically it's a fanboy writing his own fan fiction, but making it all his own.
Oh, absolutely.
That's what it is.
We got like Wheel of Time stuff in there. There's, oh my God, man. There's Norse mythology. There's Marvel comics. There's
big time.
DC comics. There's sci-fi.
Gemma and I at one point were talking about doing a comic book comparison to characters on Snapchats, which is her and I's Marvel talk. We were talking about doing a comparison of Game of Thrones characters to Marvel characters because George was a huge, huge Marvel fan.
Yeah, man, he went to the first. George R. Martin was the first ever signee or person to sign up for a Comic-Con. Steve Ditko was there. When I went and saw George R. Martin in person in Redwood City in California, he was talking about that. So that was really cool.
I got a question for the chat, just because it's my own genuine curiosity of this. How many people in the chats would consider themselves history buffs at some level? Like actually knowing the historical references that goes through A Song of Ice and Fire and goes through a Game of Thrones. Just out of curiosity, just for me. I guess fire emojis if you're a history buff, or consider yourself a history buff at some level.
If you're a history buff, spam those fire emojis. What was history? Major LE. We got some cactuses. Hey, you.
Yeah, well, Peg Leg Pete always cactuses up. Yeah, okay. That's kind of what I thought. I kind of figured this was going to be the case.
People are raising their hands in chat.
I kind of thought so, but it's interesting to me because the way that George R. R. Martin uses political intrigue, and this is what I love about the series overall. You can read it on the surface level, and it's amazing, absolutely amazing. Now, when it's fantastic is when you understand the deeper meaning and implications of it, right? Like you get the multiple planes the story is told on. And I myself included, I loved reading stuff that I already knew. Like I came, like you just getting into The Man in the High Castle, right?
Oh,
you have to have a certain set of historical knowledge to be a fan of that show. Like you have to have that,
like
right?
Knowing about Joseph Goebbels and Himmler and stuff.
Right. You have to know a little bit about it. Not a lot, but you have to at least have that knowledge base or be willing to go research it, one or the other, and seek out that information. But it enhances the show so much just by having that information at your fingertips, right?
Mm-hmm. Definitely. And you know, it's like I tell this to people. I have a business degree, but I learned more just from reading books and having conversations with people than I ever really learned in school. You know what I mean? From searching on my own. You know what I mean? So you can go pick up a book and like I said, you don't even need to pick up. You get like your phone or your computer or your Kindle or whatever. Everything is right at our fingertips to really go research and go find. So it's so amazing the time we live in, dude. I remember when we didn't even have cell phones, man. We were outside like riding bikes and skateboarding and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. Getting to each other's house on your BMX skateboard. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of where we're at this weird intersection of history where the internet took over and we still grew up with imagination. To me, it's kind of mind boggling. Like the tail end of Gen X is really a weird place to be in, which we kind of both are. Probably me more than you, but
too old.
Hey, who, you?
Aaron Trent would say no, all of us.
Too old. Oh yeah.
We have some. Yeah, I can't. Let's just. Yeah, Rick is a history buff. He knows quite a bit. Yeah.
It's curious because I was, I probably shouldn't say that. Screw it. I'm going to anyway because I've already got the research and I just got to submit for it on Monday. So I'm submitting for 2 panels at Con of Thrones, and one is going to talk about the Siege of Constantinople, the second Arab siege, which is the chain, and it involves basically it's the Battle of Blackwater. Mm-hmm. And then I'm also going to submit for another one on the wall, the Scots Wall.
Hadrian's.
Yeah, Hadrian's Wall. I don't know why that just missed me. Anyway, I've already done all of my back research on it, so I just have to submit those on Monday. But that's why I was kind of wondering if everybody was kind of a history buff in some sense. And, obviously it is that we have a lot of history buffs in here and people that know and understand the history around it. That's just great. I love it.
Ryan is going off with his War of the Roses knowledge.
Oh, yeah.
In the chat. I love it. Jacqueline Ziegler, we had her question earlier, did we not?
We did have it. I'm back scrolling right now. Give me one sec.
The history of the Faceless Men was founded fulfilling the wish to Valyrian slaves to kill their master. Do you think this will reflect her end? What do you think? Because she was defiant, correct? So
yes. Sorry, I got distracted with Marvin Martin. It's Istanbul, not Constantinople. It's nobody's business but the Turks. Hey, I love They Might Be Giants. Okay, I grew up with them, so I'm totally in for that. So,
question again, JR. The history of the Faceless Men was founded fulfilling the wish of Valyrian slaves to kill their master. Right? For the Valyrian
or to free them from slavery as a whole, because there is no master in the grave. It was kind of that weird cross. They wanted the masters dead, but they also wanted to end their servitude. So
they were suffering, and there was fireworms and all sorts of awful. I mean, essentially, really awful shit that was happening to them. Right? Valyria was building this empire, and they were like
on the backs of slavery.
They were thought of as less than human, right? So that's
Which and everybody knows that I don't get crazy political on GeekChat1 at all because it's supposed to be free of that. But there's a lot of historical comparison to American history in the construct of Valyria and how it was built and the backs of slaves and what it meant to the economy, what it drove. And so, I mean, I'm sorry, it's kind of hard to separate the two when it comes to Valyria because it was very much that.
So, Jacqueline, I hope that is a sufficient answer. Will this reflect Arya's end, though? I mean, I don't think Arya is gonna die, so I'm gonna say no for me.
Yeah, I don't think Arya's gonna die over it. No,
maybe we can argue. Can we make an argument as to connect this for yes? Is like what would convince you? I mean,
I don't know. I'd have to really sit back and think about that.
Because I think the Faceless Men actually see Arya as kind of like their own version of Azor Ahai.
Yeah, she's the Rogue One, right? Star Wars comparison for everybody who loves it. And did you see the release on network television of Rogue One? I watched it again when they released it in the States. It's on TNT, and man, I love that movie. Like Disney did a solid on that movie.
I wasn't that huge of a fan of it.
Really?
I thought it was.
I loved it.
I thought it was rushed, man. I don't know.
All right, interesting.
But I love The Last Jedi. People hate The Last Jedi. So
I hate The Last Jedi. Yeah.
See what I'm saying? That is spice of life. You can enjoy what the hell you want.
Yeah, that is true.
And I won't hate you for it. You know what I mean? That's what the hype and love community is about. Come express yourself.
No, we do it all the time.
Yeah.
Wait, you like that? No, I hated that. Really? Why?
Slavery is as old as time. Yeah, definitely.
No, there's only one occupation that's older than that.
Nine Nichols says Arya's toast. I don't necessarily.
Ooh, I don't think she's toast.
No, I don't think so either. I always thought Peter Griffin. I always thought that Ned paid the Faceless Men. I don't think that Ned was in the business of paying Faceless Men. I don't.
No, but somebody needed to be in the right position. If you subscribe to the Jack and Hagar Ned Stark theory, somebody had to be there in the moment. But how is he? And that's a problem that I have with that theory or hypothesis, actually, because it is a hypothesis. We say theory a lot, and it's not actually scientific method, which is kind of funny to me, but we always refer to it as theory. It's just a hypothesis, though. Yeah. Anyway, I've got some bad guys to kill.
Antique Gamer has something interesting to say, JR. If Arya wears Cersei's face, if Arya were to wear Cersei's face to rule Westeros, that would be a crazy ending. I don't know how long she could keep that up, but I mean, maybe she could sit the throne for like a minute or two or some shit.
I don't think she would in Cersei's face. with Cersei. I don't think she possibly could. She wants everybody to know, just like she wanted Walder Frey to know that it was her.
Live long and prosper, Preston. Thank you for joining. Live long and prosper. Rogue One would have been perfect if they had left the part with Leia out. I mean, there were parts that I liked. I just thought it ended weak. Like the ending, like the development of the movie, like the first 3 parts of it were like really solid. Then like the ending happened really fast. So like rush towards the ending, in my opinion.
See, and I was okay with the rush towards the ending because you got to see Darth Vader acting like Anakin.
Yeah.
Because that's not what it was in the original series, and I get that. And you got to see him be a badass. I mean, come on. I mean, he's force killing people left and right, still wielding a lightsaber, like bridging from the prequels 1, 2, and 3 into that scene. I'm totally okay with it. I was all aboard. I'm like, yeah, I get it. They're on a Corvette cruiser. They're heading out. They're trying to get away and run the Empire. Leia's got to do what she has to do. But I thought it was a beautiful way to kind of make the bridge that missed.
I did not enjoy the movie. I just didn't think it was amazing. Anime lover Nicole, I think Sirio was in league with the Faceless Men. There's a lot of people think that Sirio is going to return. However, I don't think that's a thing because
I really want him to, but I don't think it'll happen.
I've interviewed Miltos twice, and like we didn't necessarily try to pry it out of him, but I mean, just the sense that I get, the way he spoke about the story, I don't think that we're going to see Sirio again.
And Donna, yes, we did get it. We got it to the side, so I'll go ahead and ask it now anyway. Will Aria complete her training, going on the Luke Skywalker journey, if you will? Will she complete her training with the Faceless Men?
In the books?
We'll do book first, then we'll go show.
Say the question again, sorry.
Okay, so will Aria actually complete her Faceless Men training?
No.
I don't think so either.
Doesn't need to.
I don't think she does either. She's already served the purpose, and they would not have let her go thinking that she's doing her own thing. They would have killed her on the spot. She has a bigger role to play, and they know it.
Ryan Beagles, if John ended up killing Aria, I think it would be because Aria would be acting as Nisa. Yeah, I don't see that happening.
No.
I think if someone's going to be Nisa, it's Daenerys.
See, so we're doing mythical creatures next Wednesday. Let's talk a little bit about prophecy because it's kind of been the rage all week ever since Robert dropped his video on In Deep Geek about prophecy. And as I'll quote Gemma as her favorite quote, it'll bite your prick off every time. What do you think about those prophecies, and what ones do you think will hold water, and why?
Yeah, I mean, me and In Deep Geek spoke about this last night.
You did?
I don't think prophecy needs to be fulfilled in some spectacular way. George R. R. Martin talked about this. I think it was in the War of the Roses. There was one lord who had been prophesied that he would die beneath the walls of a certain castle, and he was suspicious at these sort of walls too, so he never came near that castle. But then he states thousands of leagues away from a particular castle because of the prophecy. However, he was killed in the first battle. I think it was St. Paul de Vence, where they found him dead outside of a tavern with a picture of that castle. So self-fulfilling prophecy, this is a really slippery slope here because we're going to have to get into all sorts of different rules about prophecy. There's foreshadowing, there's prophecy, and then a lot of people mix those up as well, JR.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
What is a plot device? What is a red herring? What is actual prophecy? So, this is a whole
right. And then you're getting into Chekhov's gun. Then you're getting into the MacGuffin and the Falcon, the Golden Falcon. I mean, there's so many different things that go into
Chekhov's gun.
Chekhov's gun. I mean, there's just a lot of stuff that goes into these books. It's amazing. And Marvin Martin, you're absolutely right. Thank you for your donation. We greatly appreciate it. Prophecy is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
Speaking of the man in the high castle, our favorite character, Tagomi-san. He's so don't want to spoil too much, but there's a character that doesn't believe in what's happening with the Reich anymore. Or I mean, who would? How many people would be okay with the extermination of said people? You know what I mean? And then actually acting upon these things and then feeling regret. But like they have this conversation. He has a conversation to Tagomi-san. He's part of the Japanese Pacific states. So in this story, Nazi Germany wins and then takes over America, and then Japan takes over part of America, and then there's a neutral zone. Tagomi-san is the trade minister for this said nation, and he has a chat with this guy, and they are kind of trying to change things. And he says fate is fluid and that destiny is in the hands of men. I really like that sentiment, JR.
Yeah. And I grew up with Japanese culture as pretty prominent in my life. Still speak Japanese. The writing's kind of gone to shit. It gets mixed up with Arabic quite a bit because I was a Middle Eastern Studies major in the university. And so, no, I absolutely love that show. It's absolutely amazing. If you guys haven't seen it, it's on the Expanse. Damn, listen to me. It's on Amazon, who just picked up the Expanse, and starting February 8th, they will have season 3 on Expanse.
Yeah, we are actually announcement for those of you that don't know, we'll be doing Expanse podcast. I believe we're going to be dropping our first episode, I think, on the 8th or something. We're going to do a whole rewatch. We're going to review each and every episode of season 3 of the Expanse.
Yep.
And then we'll go back and look at the other seasons too, and we'll talk about some. I mean, I got to read the books, so we can kind of speculate a little bit more of what happened with season 4. But yeah, yes. Another awesome show. Man in the High Castle, The Expanse would kind of be my 2 recommendations for other shows to watch.
Yeah, and they are for me as well. I love both of them. Obviously, The Expanse is huge. Like, I'm partway through the books of The Expanse, which is a long-running series, and it's very much Game of Thrones and A Song of Ice and Fire level.
Yes, definitely. JR, how do you talk to your members of Geek Chat? Awesomely.
To your team members? Oh, that'll be posted up later. There's going to be safe zones where only team members can talk to team members, and it's going to be done in events. So look for those postings. They'll be coming up after this show, as well with a full rule release of what the game all entails and what the hell is Mandy doing in a box by herself.
Oh, Team Buddies.
Team Varys, all by herself.
AU Pack Mule says Alienist. I haven't seen that yet. I heard it's good, but I have seen Taboo with Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy, man, in Taboo. He is dynamite.
That one's got supernatural elements too. Native American culture, folklore.
Yeah.
Really cool. Taboo is also a great one. I believe season 2 comes out sooner than later. And I think Peaky Blinders comes back again this year, right?
Yes, it does. They just wrapped.
They skipped 2007. They skipped
yes, they
Time
did.
Like Thrones, right?
Yeah, I'm all about Peaky Blinders. I love it.
Now we're just talking about all the this year is absolutely insane. Me and JR constantly refer to this as the year of the geek, but
it really is.
Captain Marvel screenings have happened, and people are saying that it might be the best Marvel movie yet, which is.
Did you see? Spoiler alert, this might come up in news this weekend. Yeah, Margot Robbie coming back as Harley Quinn, reprising her role, and Birds of Prey.
And then James Gunn is going to be rebooting Suicide Squad, and he's signing on for 1, 2, or 3 movies. They're working out a contract.
I still think that was a big Disney mistake by getting rid of him. Huge mistake. I
think that I don't want to talk about the tweets because those are pretty bad, but he's made a really positive impact on people's lives too. So yeah, I don't agree with what he said in the tweets a long time ago, but
but it was his job then to be a provocateur and to ask those questions and to put shit out there that was racy. I mean, that's how he started getting jobs in Hollywood to begin with, was being a provocateur. And so I don't think you can go back to what somebody was trying to do then and put it in a modern where they are now. You can't. Judging on a back history like that, I have a hard time with.
One thing that I will say, super disappointed that all the Netflix shows are going to be canceled because I thought Daredevil season 3 was absolute gasoline. It was
for me from now on. Charlie Cox will always be my Daredevil. Always.
Yeah, He's absolutely amazing.
I hope you know that out there, Charlie. If you happen to be watching, you are always my Daredevil, dude. Like, that was amazing.
But we're getting a Game of Thrones prequel next year, probably. We're getting The Mandalorian, getting The Witcher. We're getting a Lord of the Rings show.
We're getting a Wheel of Time. We're getting, I mean, it keeps going on and on.
We're getting Scarlet Witch, Loki, Winter Soldier.
And Scarlet Witch is going to be rated R. Thank God. Finally, Disney's jumping on board and giving Scarlett Johansson her due. She deserves it.
Oh, Scarlett Johansson's getting a movie too. Also,
yeah, she's getting the Black Widow, and they're going to let it be R. That's the current rumor, the current set of rumors and speculation.
So yeah, I think that we're going to end it on the positive note here. Everybody in chat, we're going to ask you a question to finish it off. What are you most excited for, other than Game of Thrones?
And Con of Thrones.
I know that some of you are going to say The Winds of Winter. That doesn't count because that counts as Game of Thrones, The Song of Ice and Fire. What is everybody else excited for before we go? And then we're going to do our sign-off. So I'm oh my God. I got to say that I'm, I don't know, Star Wars Episode 9, End of the Skywalker Saga. I'm really excited for that. Avengers Endgame too. Yeah, Avengers Endgame before Star Wars for me.
My answer is all of it. Right, I can do that.
Godzilla, Marvin Martin.
Yes, Mothra. Yes.
Rodan, Mothra, I believe, and King Ghidorah is going to be in that movie. Peaky Blinders says
Peaky Blinders. Yes, I love it. LMR totally on top of it. I love Peaky Blinders.
New Penny Dreadful set in 1938.
Yes.
Mexican folklore, like Day of the Living
Dead.
Dead.
They're kind of adopting a American Horror Story kind of story arc with it, and I'm okay with it. I'm good.
That was a great show, Penny Dreadful. Stranger Things season 3 actually comes out, I think it's on my birthday.
July 4th.
Actually, the day before my birthday. Actually, Spider-Man Far From Home comes out on my birthday, and the day before Stranger Things season 3 comes out, and then a week later we got Con of Thrones. Are you kidding me?
Right, we're stacking all sorts of stuff up. Super excited for Mortal Kombat 11. Me too.
Oh my God! Yep. I saw the trailer for that. That was amazing. I actually,
Chloe Dykstra did a whole stream on it because she went to the release party, and it looked amazing. I love Chloe Dykstra. She's absolutely phenomenal.
Something that I'm contemplating is going to E3. Just as a fan.
Wait, weird. Where's that at?
A good question. I don't know, but I want to go play games. Yeah, the Penny Dreadful ending. Let's not talk about that. I was pretty upset about that. Alien 5. I don't know. I'm not Alien, Predator. All those movies I've had enough. I don't want any more reboots.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Mandalorian. Yeah, I'm super high. The Dark Crystal. Yo, AU. That's gonna be sweet too. Men in Black.
Megan V, good night.
Megan, thank you. E3 is in LA in June. Yeah, okay. I'm not going to be able to make it then. Last of Us 2.
June. Yeah, no.
I think they're moving a lot of those games to PS5, like a lot of next gen. I think they're setting up for the next consoles.
Yeah, Dune is coming up. If anybody is a big Dune fan and loves it, you need to go check out Quinn on Ideas of Ice and Fire. He's got some amazing Dune content.
He's a Dune expert. Let's just say that.
I've had a conversation with 3 hours nonstop with him, LML, and Gemma about Dune. It was insane. It was great.
Man, there's Last Kingdom season 4. I haven't even watched season 3 yet. I'm behind. I heard it was really good though.
Yeah, a lot of people have said it was really good.
Jeez, yeah. There's literally so much that we can talk about.
Yeah, we get everything right now. It's absolutely phenomenal. I can't say enough about it. I love it.
It's only going to get better. I mean, as the future goes, there's only going to be more competition to put out great TV shows and movies and whatnot. So thank you everyone for joining us in chat tonight. So many
Kyle,
donations.
What's coming next for your channel?
I mean, we're getting that Avengers Endgame, the next trailer. I'm gonna break the shit out of that down. Break that down next week. What did I say?
Are we gonna do that on Sunday? Let's just call it now and do it.
Maybe. I'm gonna see how I'm
Why
feeling.
not? Branch out. Let's do it. Let's just do it on Sunday. We'll wait for all the drops.
Yeah, but you know, everyone's gonna be watching the Super Bowl. I don't know.
Not really. Not everybody will be.
Let's see. Let's see. You know what? I'll tell you what, chat. If you guys want us to do a live stream during the Super Bowl for some of these trailers and stuff like that, reactions, if enough of you comment in the comment section, it has to be done in the comment, or if you go to GeekChat1, all right? You have to subscribe to GeekChat1 first of all, and then go to GeekChat1. If enough of you want us to do it, we'll do it. But I need to see a significant amount of hype for me to abandon all my snacks in the Super Bowl, even though I hate the Patriots, to do a trailer. So I'm willing to do it.
You can eat snacks during a game.
I guess I could. I guess I could. But yeah, it looks like everyone's pretty hyped. So we'll see. I need all of you to get hyped.
GeekChat1 Bowl.
The GeekChat1 Bowl. So GeekChat1 Bowl, you're going to have to go to Facebook, go to GeekChat1, subscribe to GeekChat1. Don't forget to do that. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, subscribe to this channel. And yeah, JR, how many subs did we get for you today? Let's see. Let's go GeekChat1 on YouTube.
Are you going to go pop it up right now? Just quick shout outs in the chats. Thank you. Kayla High, Anime Lover, AE Pac-Man, Denise Hall, Mora Lee, Mara Jade Skywalker, AE Pac-Mule. Everybody, thank you so much for joining us tonight as we figure out everything else.
Yeah, and Shannon0893, thank you. Oh, it's elongated A. Cool. Thanks.
Elongated A. Okay, good to know.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. Marvin, one more joke. Let's rename Gypsy people Rodani. I don't get it, Marvin, but your humor is interesting. Thanks, everyone, for joining us in chat. So many, thanks, Mora. You're incredible. All the donations in chat, all the hype. All of you guys are awesome. Like I said, Gemma was working super hard on Win or Die, so she was like, Kyle, night off. I'm like, yeah, don't even. And Mora Lee with another one day.
GeekChat1 Bowl. Okay, so it's a thing. So no matter what, I'll be live during the Super Bowl.
So JR is gonna do it.
No matter what, I'll go live during Super Bowl.
Let's fuck it. I'll join you, JR. All right,
all right.
But you guys, everybody that's still here, you have to go. Link in the description of this video. Go join GeekChat1 and tell us, got to get hype about something, right? So thanks for everyone. Morally, another donation. My goodness. Thanks everyone in chat. Thanks for joining us today. We will see you in the next video. Hype and love.
Bye, y'all.